Hey guys, привет! Today I'm going to explain the preposition pre in a way that really sticks in your brain. No long lists, no memorizing 10 translations, just one clear idea. Forget English translations. The real meaning of pre is inside a situation. That's not location, not exactly time, not exactly condition, but a situation. But here is the important part. Situations can be different. Sometimes it's a medical condition, sometimes it's an event, sometimes it's a historical period, sometimes it's the presence of other people, and sometimes it's abstract circumstances. The type of situation changes, but the logic of pre doesn't. Now, let's make this idea solid with clear examples. What does condition situation mean? It's when there is a state, physical condition, or external circumstance, and something is true inside that state. That's very common in medical language, instructions, rules, and warnings. Think of it like this. There is a condition, you are inside that condition, and in that situation something happens or is required. For example, при гриппе нельзя заниматься спортом. If you are inside the flu situation, you shouldn't exercise. More examples for you. При высокой температуре оставайтесь дома. High temperature is the condition. Inside that situation, you stay home. One more example. При боли в спине обратитесь к врачу. Back pain is the condition. Inside that condition, you need a doctor. При сильном ветре окна должны быть закрыты. Strong wind is the condition. Inside that situation, windows must be closed. In all these sentences, you are inside a physical condition, and something is true in that situation. Next situation, event. It's when something happens during an action, process, or organized event. A moment when some activity is happening. Think of it like this. There is an event happening. You step inside that event, and something else happens there. For example, при встрече обсудим детали. There is a meeting. Inside the meeting situation, we discuss details. One more example. При разговоре он нервничал. The conversation is happening, and inside that process he was nervous. При проверке нашли ошибку. The inspection is happening. Inside that process, they found a mistake. And the last example. При подписании договора возникли вопросы. This signing is happening. Inside that event, questions appeared. So, here is the key idea. Event situation, it means something is happening. При shows what happens inside that event. You could translate it as during. But remember, Russian doesn't focus on time. Russian focuses on the situation. Next situation, the situation of period or rule. It's when we talk about a time period connected to a person in power, a leader, or a political system. It's a period defined by who was in charge. Think of it like this. There is a historical or administrative period. That period creates certain conditions. Something happens inside those conditions. For example, при Петре I Россия стала империей. Inside the Peter I period, Russia became an empire. More examples for you. При Сталине жизнь стала другой. При новом директоре многое изменилось. При советской власти частной собственности не было. So here is the key idea for you. Period or rule situation is a time defined by leadership or system, and pre shows what was true inside that system. Next situation is a situation of presence. It's when other people are physically present and their presence affects behavior. Someone in there, you're inside that social situation, and because of that, something happens or shouldn't happen. That's when we use pre. Think of it like this. There are witnesses, there are children, there are colleagues, and their presence creates a situation. Inside that situation, you act differently. For example, не говори это при детях. Inside the situation where children are present, don't say that. More examples. Он сделал это при всех. Everyone was present. Inside that situation, he did it openly. Она покраснела при коллегах. Они поссорились при гостях. You behave differently depending on who is present. So, here is the clear logic. People are present. Their presence creates a social situation, and something happens inside that situation. And the last situation of circumstances. This is when we are talking about general circumstances, abstract situations, possible scenarios. Think of it like this. There is a certain set of circumstances. If those circumstances exist, something becomes possible, necessary, or true. Let's look at examples. При необходимости позвоните мне. There is a situation of necessity. Inside that situation, call me. При желании все возможно. Desire creates the circumstance. Inside that situation, everything is possible. При других обстоятельствах я бы согласился. Different circumstances create a different situation. Inside that situation, I would agree. And the last example. При нормальной температуре двигатель работает стабильно. Normal temperature is the technical condition. Inside that situation, the engine works normally. So, here's the logic. There are certain circumstances. If those circumstances exist, something is true. Every single example follows one formula. Pre plus noun in prepositional inside the situation of X. That's why English translations change. During, if, and in front of. If you remember just this, pre puts you inside a situation, you will never be confused again. Thanks for learning Russian with me. Спасибо. Пока.